The wild whispers of heresy roused the rabble to violent action. Such was the general air of rebellion that even my generous offer of gold to the local constabulary was rebuffed. To reassert my rule, I sought out unscrupulous men skilled in the application of force. Tight-lipped and terrifying, these mercenaries brought with them a war machine of terrible implication.
All right, boys, it's that time again. Back into the hottest dungeon, recording, well, I don't know about live. Well, yeah, at this exact moment, I am recording live from my 90-degree video game bunker, and we are going to be, let's get a few of this out of the way. Let's see. Knock our stress down a little bit. I want that ability on for sure. I got 4 left. That's gonna be fine, I think. I don't think stress is gonna be that big of a deal. We'll go with the quickening for speed. Alright, so we are going against the Brigand Pounder, and our team is going to be Taco McDoom, because he can attack all 4 ranks. We can Wicked Hack the front 2 ranks, Iron Swan, rank 4, and if it bleeds on rank 3, we can hit all of the ranks, which is really nice. Then we've got Ugly Gang. Well, half of Ugly Gang is back, and that's because Rage can hit the first 3 ranks, and Rake hits both. It cleaves the first 2 ranks, which is going to let us kind of... We can either use Rage to target the matchman, unless he's all the way in the back. That would be unfortunate. And the Rake will allow us to kind of chip away at the Pounder and any other of the minions it summons. So that's kind of what we're going for there. Also, he just does a ton of damage. We've got the Stun Master over here, Macronox. Probably going to shuffle these abilities around, but we're going to have Disorienting Blast, which will allow us to stun the back 3 ranks, which is perfect for getting rid of the matchman. And also it shuffles them around, so it will pull the matchman forward, I'm expecting most of the time, and it will destroy the bodies, which will compress their ranks, which is good. And those are all the things that we would want. And then we have Laughing Zed. Why do we have Laughing Zed? Because if I bring... I feel like this will be a battle where we either will take very little damage or huge damage, because we're failing to get rid of the matchman. So I wanted to prevent my last Vestal from being turned into an elitist jerk. So we're going to be going with Laughing Zed. Laughing Zed we are going to put on Weakening Curse as a way to cut down some of the armor. I don't think it'll work on the Brigand Pounder because it's resistant to debuffs, but it should help against some of the other enemies. He's mainly just here to heal, though. I'll be completely honest. Okay, so let's go ahead.
Is struck. A blazing
Here's our
star
last chance to
is
change
born.
our skills. That's fine. This guy doesn't change skills. So these we do auto rearrange. I want this. I want that. And I think... I feel like I don't want Battlefield Medicine. I don't know how capable they are of causing bleed. I do want Energizing Vapors for the extra damage. I feel like I don't want, that could be a mistake. I'm not sure if I want Plague Grenade just to be able to attack the back ranks. Well, I'll come back to it. And you are going to take the heal. You're going to take both of your long-range attacks, and I don't think marking plays a role in this, so we're going to take Weakening Curse. Oh, man, I don't know if I want... I think I'm going to take the risk here and say I don't want the bleeding, and I'd prefer the Plague Grenades. Alright, so here we go. Just a hop and skip over, and we will be at the Brigand Pounder. Everyone should be in formation. Our buffs are up. We are ready to rock, boys.
A marvel of technology. An engine of destruction.
Going to Hulk mode! I'm ugly now! Okay, so I guess we'll immediately begin beating up the matchman.
Decimated.
Okay, pretty much just one hit him right off the bat. I'm not complaining, though. That's why we brought him. That's the reason we brought him. I'm gonna start beating up the Pounder. Starting things off with a nice critical hit. The Pounder has 20% armor, which is honestly not that impressive, but... So I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting into his armor a bit. He does come with a little bit of body armor. Oh, and he's a massive loser who missed. Let's go ahead and get our debuffs go, or our energizing buffs, because we don't actually need to stun the matchman. We'll get this guy's damage. I can use it twice per battle.
Unnerved, unbalanced.
Doing a little bit of shoot on us, not a big deal. Calling in the reinforcements. Okay, so this is where we're just going to start. Ooh, man. I felt that one. Let's go ahead and stun the matchman. Brings him right into the front rank, so we can actually ignore him this time around. I don't even know. This is... Yeah, look, it's 220% resistant to that. Let's just go for a heal.
Vigor is reached.
Yes, a crit of 6 doesn't matter though. It still tops his health off. Need another hit on. Oh my God! Oh, that's right. We took the buff, and we've got the focus ring. Blanket fire. Oh, he gets another crit on. Okay, thinks he's cool. Thinks he's hot stuff. Calling for help. Does he get anybody? He gets a second loser. Now we'll cut into them both.
Obliterated.
Got the matchman and did a lot of damage to that guy, so that's perfectly fine. That's kind of the idea, that it's allowing us to save turns. That's kind of the concept here. So let's crack another one of these open to buff this. So both of our characters are buffed up now. Get some healing. Okay. Little overkill, but you know that's laughing Zed for you. This guy's got to go. I need to get rid of this guy. I am going to chop this guy up. I've had enough of him. He's gonna live on 1, of course. Match buddy is back. That's fine. We're going to claw into them, which will kill them both. And I am going to chop him. And because stunning is so important, I have double stun effects. I have 20% stun and more stun, lots of stun. Just to make sure that we do not leave it to chance. There will be no chance. I mean, there's always chance involved, but we are cutting as much chance out as possible. Alright, so we've thinned out his buddies. Let's see if he gets lucky with the reinforcements. Pretty average, about what you'd expect. Hacking into him, boys. Oh, a dodge. Does he have dodge? He's got a little bit of dodge.
Eradicated.
But that's fine. So basically, the Pounder's just buying a little bit of time for himself. Not too big of a deal. Let's keep everyone topped off. Not everyone, but pick someone to heal. It's not a big deal. I'm gonna cut him. Cut you! Now, you're all alone. What will you do? I'm hoping we're gonna get lucky where he only summons the matchman. Okay, a little bit of everything here. Let's just... So once again, we're doing damage to both of them here, cutting into them both, which is... Look at this part of the plan. Okay. I can actually attack them. What do you know? There you go. Slap it with the tentacles for 5 damage. You know, I'm all for it. Do I really want to use... I'll use it. I just want to get some damage on the cannon. We got an extra turret because of that.
A dizzying blow to
this guy thinks he's like, oh my God, I'm gonna score a crit on you. I'm so like, you pushed me to the edge. I've got like no health, and now I'm gonna like make a difference. Cutting time. Survives, does he? Interesting. Oh, he lived on 1, of course. Of course he did. Oh my. No, you don't. Whoa! Look at him. Is he gonna dodge? Now, we do have an ability here. We can tap him. This technically does some damage. Oh, you thought you were gonna activate the cannon, didn't you? But you didn't. Okay, so I guess we're going to chop into him again. The armor, his little bit of 25% body armor is just enough to... It's just enough. Let me see if I can... In the back with the swan.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
I'm gonna cut this guy. I'm tired of him. I'm sick of seeing him. Let's go ahead and heal. Oh, good. A natural 21. Very nice. Okay. He's calling in his buddies. Oh, he's got a full crew again. That's fine. I'm hoping to get a critical hit on one of these. And like I said, as you can see, we are whittling the cannon down just by, you know, chip damage over time. I probably could have pulled him. That might have saved me a little bit of health there. Trying to get a lucky roll here. We're trying to get a lucky where he only summons like one or two guys. We're just trying thinning the enemies out. What is he gonna summon? All of his buddies are back again. He's just like he's just loving it right now, just calling all of his buddies in. But he's running out of health. Here comes another Iron Swan. Let's pull this guy forward. There we go. Let's see how useful you are in close range. I get the feeling you're probably not too useful. I'm actually going to leave him there just because he has to use his weakest. Although, it might push him back. Okay, so yeah, he does push himself back when he does that. What's the cannon going to do? Getting all of his buddies again. He loves doing that. That's like his favorite thing. Chopping time! We're coming in with the Iron Swan. That's the end of him. And, oh, I can attack the...
A decisive pummeling.
Oh, we pulled it forward. That's funny. I didn't think we would actually do that. That's fine, though. Cutting into the cannon. The cannon's got 12 health left. We could probably just go for the finish on it. And that's exactly what I plan to do. Oh, so now he got an unlucky one where all he got was...
The brigands are undone. Our family crest is once again a symbol of strength. These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
I don't really want any of this stuff. It's really not the... yeah, I'm not gonna take this. I don't need this. Alright, boys. I will see you in the next area.
I employed a crew of particularly unsavory mariners, who for a time sailed the four corners at my behest, retrieving many valuable artifacts, relics, and rare texts. Predictably, they increased their tariffs to counter my intense stipulations of secrecy. Such resources had long been exhausted, of course, and so I prepared an alternative payment.
Okie doke, so we are back. Time to
tenuous
camp
firelight
and
uneasy companionship.
get the last of the bosses, actually. Let's see, what abilities can we activate to do more damage? Or just to make other things easier? Let's clean up our stress, and then, I don't know, I'll just activate this. Doesn't really matter. So here is the team. We've got Floors Java. Is going to bring a source of stun. I'm not really investing too much in stun. I need rank 1 stun. And I do have a stun amulet. And I specifically took the Tome of Holy Healing to not reduce stun chances. Otherwise, very simple. And normally I would want a little bit of stun redundancy, but I have other alternatives. So over here, we will change our skills around. Kirthion's job is going to be basically to poison the boss and also buff our guys up. Over here, we got a full damage build here. 15 bonus damage, 25 extra damage, more speed if the torch is up, which it will be. Just a full damage here with pick to the face, so Verena is maybe maybe we'll be able to pick through the armor of the anchorman with a stun and maybe two-hit it as an efficient way of removal. And then here is our response to the anchorman. In the event that we actually have to fight the anchorman and he starts roping us up, we're going to take advantage of the fact that when you get immobilized, you can use point-blank shot, because you won't move positions. You won't go back one when you use it, and that's basically the strategy we're going to be using here as a way to. Plus, he'll be able to use Wicked Slice. He'll be able to like beat up, you know, the sodded crew. The crew. Also, he has speed boosting and stress reduction in the event he does get wrapped up. So we have kind of like a forward plan and then a backup plan. So hopefully this works out pretty well. You know, I think
the way is lit.
The theory sounds
the path
pretty
is
good.
Clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
We just have to see how it works out, because I find this to be one of the more annoying bosses. It's really just going to depend on how our stuns land. Here we go.
Even in death, the captain shouts his orders, and the crew.
All hands on
obeys.
deck. Okay. Oh, that's a resist. That's fine. Okay, so. Oh no, I forgot to actually add the buffs to begin the damage dealing add-on, but it's not that big of a deal. Let's just start. We want to poison the boss because he gets 2 turns. Let's spend 1 turn raising our single battle abilities. But that's not a big deal. Drinking with the dead, going for the stress. Doesn't really actually add that much stress. So, okay, here we go. His stun resistance is 70%, so he's relatively resistant to stun. Okay, so this is where we are going to get roped up. Also, we do have the ability to... Let's go ahead and activate this to get a little bit of extra damage. Not really for the stun removal. Now, the reason he has a high speed is so that he can go early in the turn and just get this guy out of here. Just hopefully like this. Okay, exactly like that. Exactly like that. That's where the high speed is going to come into play. So now we can actually just start. So another synergy here is he's blighted. We get 29% extra damage against blight, so gonna start chunking him right here, which is nice. We'll ignore the bleeding damage. All hands on deck. Nope, boarding clutch. Oh, it's because we removed him on this turn. That's why. That makes sense. All right, let's go ahead and start healing everybody up. Our heals won't be quite as powerful, but I'm hoping they'll still be decent. Boarding clutch is going to start stacking up the bleeding, but we can take a turn to... Okay, pulls him forward. Let's go ahead and try our plan out. Yeah, 14 damage, that's pretty good. Let's move in to activate our counterattacks. We'll see if we can actually get a stun here. I'm going to take a defensive one here to get rid of the bleeding on both of our characters. This guy always goes last because he's got a low speed. He doesn't have to go last, but okay, can we get a stun?
The match is
Nope, okay, so our damage is wasted. He will re-heal. Getting a lot of counterattack damage, which is nice. Okay. So he's gonna start healing up. So we have to outpace the healing. That's kind of the goal here. I am going to... I'm gonna go ahead and... Should we trust that he's going to do 21 damage? I don't think we're going to trust it. I'm going to go ahead and take a hit here. Now, he should be next. Okay, that's good. So he only got 2 hits of healing. That's perfectly fine.
obliterated.
Okay, so he would have lived. So he didn't get that much healing, not enough for it to really matter. Let's get the poison ticking again. Mutiny. Not one of the attacks I'm as worried about. Reduces damage, that's kind of annoying, but... Let's get the healing back up. Oh, that's a dodge. We'll take it, boys. Okay. gonna try to pull our healer forward, which is annoying. I will go for it. Although that might have been dumb. That might have been a bad idea just because of the damage reduction. So I'm counting on, moving forward. So now that we move forward, we should be able to attempt another stun. Let's just go for it. Okay, so we actually got a stun for a change. Boarding clutch, you know, passing out the bleeds, not that big of a deal. The bleed, the blight damage is really starting to rack up. That's actually really good. That's perfect. He pulled our character forward, which means that gets the Vestal. Flora's Java is now back in position. Now the damage debuff is being a butt right now. We do want to finish him off though, because otherwise it'll just be a waste. So let's go ahead and
As the
take him out.
A faint hope blossoms.
Doing that damage kind of in a way is healing him because we're throwing damage on that guy instead of on the boss. But the counterattacks, the counterattacks are really coming in handy here. I gotta say, just being able to make attacks. Okay, pulling another one of the less important characters forward. That's perfectly fine. Let's finish the boss off. That's it, boys.
Float forever, deep in the swirling blackness, far beyond the light's reach.
Well, that's the end of them, boys. That was, I'm really glad to see that the plan worked out the way I envisioned it, especially with the close-range firepower on Boss Hicks, as well as the speed, so that, because if he doesn't have the speed, I also avoided any items that reduce the speed, because the longer it takes for him to make his move and shake the anchorman off of him, the more turns the boss will heal himself, because the boss drains life from it off of every single person's turn. So that worked out pretty well. What do we got? Oh yeah, I didn't clear the rest of it, by the way. Just, I feel like I'm just getting ready to move into the next area, so I didn't feel like clearing it. Let's just get what we can, go back, and then I will grind up these battles from behind the scenes. A lot of our guys are actually looking in pretty good shape anyway, so it's really not that big of a deal. More people becoming elitist. Oh, he's bulimic. Oh my god. Boss Hicks going into bulimia. He's he's worried about his girlish figure.
Take advantage of this faith-fueled charity. It will not last.
Okay, so I guess we can get some free stress heals. Well, we just finished all of the veteran bosses, so the final battle with them, the champion bosses, and then they're dead for good. And not only are they dead for good, but we get an item. We get a what do you call it? Try to think of it. We get, in addition to a typical rare item we would get for beating the boss, we get a trophy item, basically a signature item. I believe it's one of a kind. So in this case, for killing the swine god, we'll get Wilbur's flag, which gives us 50% stun resist. Of course, you would get that just you know, because Wilbur's always stunning your guys. Kind of a funny nod to him. So I know SVS wants me to go after the Horde Shrieker. This is a champion level dungeon, and our guys are not quite. We're just now becoming ready to do champion level dungeons. So same thing, we're gonna do one champion level dungeon in each area so that you can see the champion level new enemies. Then we'll do the champion bosses. We'll take out the Shrieker, and then we will head off to the darkest dungeon, and that will wrap up a standard playthrough of the game. Anyways, let me know what you think down in the comment section. Like this video if it was entertaining. Subscribe for future Take Such content. Of course, remember that you don't have to be good to get good.